Chapter 391, Spiritual Cave Passage in Northern Frontier. Director Jiang, I found a spirit cave underwater. Can we set up a spirit cave channel activation device underwater? After returning to the surface, Xiaofen called Jiang Wanchen. Jiang Wanchen said, if it is a shallow sea, we can surround it and pump out the seawater in the middle. There is no way to do it in the deep sea for the time being. 120 meters deep. Jiang Wanchen thought for a while and said, Xiaofen, this depth is not completely impossible, but it will take more time. How long will it take? Xiaofen asked. Jiang Wanchen said, I don't know the details. We need to consult relevant experts, but it will definitely take 2 or 3 months. It cannot be deployed without expelling the seawater. Xiaofen said, in other words, it can be deployed as long as the surrounding seawater is expelled. How do we solve the problem of electricity? This place is more than 200 kilometers away from the coast. Jiang Wanchen smiled and said, get a ship and bring a large generator over. If it is not enough, bring a few more. Xiaofen said, Director Jiang, then you can find someone to build a closed iron ball for me, and I will bring the iron ball over. I can directly teleport people into the iron ball. The iron ball must allow cables from the outside to be connected to it. Jiang Wanchen smiled and said, that's simple. You can go to the Magic City, it shouldn't take long. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Wanchen immediately made arrangements. How big the iron ball is needed and how to design it will naturally be handled by relevant experts. Half a day later, Xiaofen arrived at a military research institute in the Magic City. The simple things he wanted had already been built. Master Xiao, considering the usable area, its bottom is flat. This thing uses high-strength pressure alloy and can easily withstand the water pressure of 120 meters deep. This place can be connected to electricity inside and outside, and there is an insulating layer around it. The director of the Military Research Institute personally introduced it to Xiaofen. As the director of this Military Research Institute, his status is still quite high, but he knows that he is still no match for Xiaofen. Among all the people in the country who practice Yanhuangju, Xiaofen has a very high status just for this reason. Academician Yang, thank you very much. Xiaofen smiled. Collect. With his hand on this thing with a diameter of more than 10 meters, Xiaofen put it into the dimensional bag with a thought, and Academician Yang was secretly surprised. After taking it away, Xiaofen arrived at the dock. A large fishing boat was ready, with several large generators on it, and experts who arranged and enabled the equipment were also on it. The abilities of these experts are real, and they are not comparable to some experts on the internet. Director Jiang, why are you here? Xiaofen said with some surprise that Jiang Wanchen was actually on the boat. I need a holiday, too. I'm going to go fishing. Jiang Wanchen said with a smile, pointing to the fishing equipment he brought with him, if you want to go fishing, I'll let you have fun. Okay. Xiaofen smiled and nodded. The fishing boat set off quickly. After a night, the fishing boat finally arrived at the target location, and Xiaofen teleported to the bottom of the sea. Come out. Xiaofen released the thing that looked like a dome yurt. It was about 10 meters in diameter and had nearly 80 square meters inside. When this thing was released, the surrounding water was drained away. The spirit cave was integrated with the space, so it naturally would not move at all. Teleport. Soon several experts were transferred here by Xiaofen. Experts, thank you for your help. Xiaofen said. Master Xiao, you're welcome. Several experts immediately got busy. Xiaofen took out the things they needed from the dimensional bag, and the progress was very fast. Half a day later, everything was ready. Buzz. Xiaofen evacuated the experts first, and he pressed the switch, and the space channel started smoothly. Go. Xiaofen quickly threw some things into the space channel. They quickly disappeared. In the other world, the northern border area taken back by the Dragon Empire, it was still covered with ice and snow. Suddenly, a circle of light with a diameter of more than 2 meters appeared in the forest. The location where the circle of light appeared was on the tree. 2 minutes later, some things flew out of the circle of light. Among them was a thing that could make a loud noise. Bang, bang, bang. Soon the sound of salutes blasted in the forest. Other things, some released black smoke, which rose quickly and could be seen within a radius of 10 kilometers. Some emitted flashes, which could be transmitted far away in the dark night. In addition, there are also things such as signal transmitters, but signal transmitters cannot be transmitted too far, and are not as good as other means. Dad, what's going on over there? The Dragon Empire took back the northern border, and some people from the northern border of their ancestors have returned to live in the northern border. This place is sparsely populated and peaceful. Daddy will go and have a look. You and Mom will stay home and close the door. Putting on snowshoes, the men walked a few miles away. What are these? The man was puzzled. There was only one family nearby, and the nearest one was more than 10 miles away on the other side of the mountain. If you pick up these things, please hand them over to the government of the Shenlong Empire, and you will receive a huge reward from the Shenlong Empire. If you are far away, you will also receive a reward if you find a way to let the Shenlong Empire know about it. The reward is not less than 100 kilograms of spiritual stones. The men picked up a plastic card with these words written on the front in Yanlong language and another mainstream language in the other world on the back. If I tell the government, I can get at least 100 kilograms of spiritual stones. The man's eyes showed excitement. The value of spiritual stones is extremely high. The currency of the Shenyan Empire, including the current Shenlong Empire, is Yanlong coins. 1 kilogram of spiritual stones is equivalent to 100,000 Yanlong coins. 100 kilograms of spiritual stones is 10 million Yanlong coins. The purchasing power of Yanlong coins is equivalent to that of RMB. 10 million Yanlong coins are definitely enough for ordinary people to live comfortably for a lifetime. After cleaning up the things around, the man returned home and told his wife about the situation. I will contact the government immediately. You stay at home. May our ancestors bless us. We really made the right decision to come to the northern frontier this time. The men left quickly. 2 days later, he went to the government. Where is the place you found? The government asked hurriedly. The men said, Sir, I will tell you when the adults in the capital come. You are quite cautious. Are you afraid that I will take advantage of you? If His Majesty finds out, I will lose my head. The men smiled awkwardly, but he still didn't say anything. You must be on guard against others. Forget it, you stay here first, I will report it immediately. The government quickly sent people, and they contacted the government of the next level. There was a phone near the city where the government of the next level was located. A spiritual cave was found in the northern frontier. Xiao Hai got the news in half a day. There was excitement in his eyes. He contacted Xiao Fan last night, and Xiao Fan had told him the news. The spiritual cave in the northern frontier must be the one corresponding to the East China Sea. When I go to the northern frontier, my good grandson will send the submarines over. With a few submarines, it will be much easier to face the Blood Cherry Empire's navy. Xiao Hai took some people and quickly went to the northern frontier. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 392 The invisible sixth master with the speed of Xiao Hai and others, they arrived at the northern border in a few hours. Your humble servant greets your majesty. Long live the emperor, long live the emperor. The officials here knelt down and saluted. Stand up. Where is the person who found the thing? Xiao Hai said in a deep voice. Soon the middle-aged man who found the spirit cave was brought to Xiao Hai. I greet your majesty. The middle-aged man knelt down tremblingly. He never expected that Xiao Hai would come in person and he could see the emperor. Please stand up. Xiao Hai said with a smile. You contacted me directly with the government. I promise you 200 kilograms of spirit stones. Thank you, your majesty. The middle-aged man said excitedly. 100 kilograms of spirit stones is already a lot. With 200 kilograms of spirit stones, their family can definitely live comfortably in this life. You deserve it. Xiao Hai smiled and said, point the direction and I will fly you there. It didn't take long for Xiao Hai to reach the location of the spirit cave passage, and he also gave the other party 200 kilograms of spirit stones. Your majesty, I buried the rest of the things in the snow. The men said. Xiao Hai smiled and said, I have discovered that this area will be a restricted area in the future. You and your family may have to live somewhere else. Your majesty, we will move immediately. The men said hurriedly. With a huge amount of wealth, it is safer to live somewhere else. The men left quickly, and Xiao Hai asked people to quickly build a base here, and then set up a powerful formation around the base. Huagua, Leishan County. Xiao Fan was busy in the warehouse. Xiao Hai sent him a box of formation beads yesterday. Each formation bead is the size of a glass marble. They contain a certain amount of spiritual energy. Different numbers of formation beads can be combined to form different formations. With Xiao Fan's current formation level, he couldn't set up a formation on the 6th master he got to make 6th master invisible. But with these formation beads, it's not a big problem. Done. Grandpa said that the hidden dragon formation is okay, there should be no problem. Xiao Fan muttered in his heart. Buzz. Xiao Fan activated the formation, a slight sound rang out, the surrounding light was affected, and 6th master became unclear. The hidden dragon formation can not only block radar signals, but also has the effect of physical invisibility. Ah, my level is still a little bit lacking. Xiao Fan was a little embarrassed. A well-arranged hidden dragon formation should be able to achieve complete physical invisibility, but now that Lu Yi is in front of him, he can still see it. But this is a close-up view. If Lu Yi is flying in the sky, he will definitely not be able to see it in a blurry state, so it is acceptable for the formation to be able to do this. I wonder if radar or something can detect it. If the radar can't detect it, Lu Yi's combat effectiveness will be greatly enhanced. Xiao Fan thought to himself. He stopped the formation and put the modified Lu Yi into the dimensional bag. A few hours later, Xiao Fan arrived at the secret base in the imperial capital. General Su, I have to trouble you to test it. Xiao Fan smiled, and he took out the Lu Yi's dimensional bag. Su Long looked at Xiao Fan in surprise. Master Xiao, this plane has been arranged with a formation. Xiao Fan nodded, it has indeed been arranged, but with my current level, the formation is not perfect. As he said, Xiao Fan activated the formation with his mental power. Lu Yi quickly became blurry. This is the state of activating the formation. We can see it from a closer distance. The formation should be able to cover up its sound and radar signal. Su Long's eyes showed shock. Master Xiao, if it's true as you said, you are not imperfect, but very, very perfect. I will arrange for someone to test it right away. Half an hour later, Su Long and his team conducted various tests. The radar could not detect the 6th master who activated the formation at close range. Master Xiao, let's arrange a test flight. Okay. The test flight ended an hour later. The radar could not detect the flight status either. There was no problem with the formation. Master Xiao, can you also modify one for us? Su Long said expectantly. Xiao Fan smiled and said, General Su, I said before that I would help modify 3 or 5 planes. I will help you modify 3 first. Special materials are needed to arrange the formation, and there are not enough materials. Thank you very much. Su Long said hurriedly. 1 plane has been completed. It is not difficult to modify it for Su Long and his team. In most of the day, Su Long and his team completed the modification of all 3 planes. These 3 are new 6th masters with stronger combat effectiveness. General Su, there is one thing you need to pay attention to. The activation of the formation will consume the energy in the formation beads, and the full energy can only last for 3 hours. The formation can absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth by itself. If the energy is consumed, it will take about 5 days to be fully charged. Xiao Fan reminded. General Su smiled and said, it is enough to support 3 hours. There is no need to be invisible during the normal navigation phase. Xiao Fan, I plan to report it and let them show up. What do you think? Xiao Fan smiled and said, that's great. With the current strength of our country, it is not possible to hide our strength and bide our time. The strength does not allow us to be low-key. Haha. General Su laughed. Boom. Half an hour later, a 6th master flew to the southeast. More than 2 hours later, the 6th master arrived at the center line of the strait. Many people on the island became nervous. At this time, the 6th master suddenly disappeared on the radar. What's going on? Is the radar out of order? Many radar soldiers were stunned. Just now, this plane was clearly detected by the radar. How come it suddenly disappeared on the radar? The major radar stations quickly contacted each other. Not only one radar station had this situation, but all radar stations had lost the target. Will the mainland plane explode? It's possible. Many people clapped their hands in celebration. However, less than half an hour later, the radar in the east of the island suddenly received a signal. It's the H-6 just now. Isn't it to the west of us? How did it go to the east of US? Judging from the time, it flew directly over us. The news was reported to the island's top leaders, who were shocked. The mainland's H-6 could actually fly over them silently without making any noise. What does this mean? Look, it turned around. The radar showed that the H-6 that just flew over had turned back again. When it approached the island, it entered stealth mode again. The radar lost the target again. Not long after, the H-6 appeared in the west of the island again. The mainland is going too far. What do you think we are? Do you think our missiles are vegetarian? The island's top leaders were shocked and angry. The United States. The Chinese H-6 can actually be invisible. It's incredible. Damn it, shouldn't these broken planes be in museums? A general in the United States couldn't believe it. China is researching the H-20, but the H-20 hasn't come out yet, and the old H-6 can actually fly in stealth mode. The H-6 can carry mushrooms, and its stealth power increases dramatically. Midline Horizontal Ellipsis Chapter 393 The first SSS-level evolver, a secret base in the United States. Joseph also got the news that China's H-6 can actually be invisible, and can also switch between invisible and non-invisible. Tell me, what is the principle that China's bomber can do this? Joseph said. In front of him were a group of SS-level and S-level masters, who might have a unique understanding of this. Alliance leader, it is invisible and then disappears, so it is definitely not a problem with the invisible coating. Is Xiao Fan on it? Someone said. Joseph frowned and said, we can't rule out this possibility, but China is showing off like this, and there is a high probability that it is not just this. Xiao Fan can just run around with mushroom bombs, and there is no need for H-6 at all. It makes no sense for China to do this. Another master said, Alliance leader, didn't the British Empire say a few days ago that one of their SS-level masters went missing? Xiao Fan was not in Leishan County at that time. He may have arranged a formation in Leishan County. Will the invisibility of the bomb door be related to the formation? Was it installed by Xiao Fan? Joseph pondered, this possibility should be the greatest. Alliance leader, we still have to strengthen our contact with the other world. Yes, Alliance leader, Xiao Fan has contacted the other world and has taken advantage of it. The strength of our United States is obviously stronger than that of China. Maybe we can snatch Xiao Fan's partners. How can they cooperate with Xiao Fan than with us? Everyone was talking about it. Joseph smiled and said, I have good news for you. We have found another S-level spirit cave in Canada. It will be no problem for us to get strong support in contacting the other world. Your strength will be stronger then. But we can't put all our hopes on the other world. We are facing a huge threat now. We need SSS-level evolvers. We have to continue drawing lots today. Everyone's face changed. They have drawn lots 3 times. 3 of the friends who won the lottery have used the SSS-level evolutionary fluid and ascended. Everyone, the War God Shrine was uprooted. You should not want this to happen. We need SSS-level evolvers. SSS-level evolutionary fluid is very expensive. The success rate of those with low strength is too low. You should use it to have a higher success rate. Joseph told everyone the necessity again. Alliance leader, stop talking and start drawing lots. Draw, since you have chosen to become an evolver, either become stronger or let me die. Several people spoke up, and more people chose to remain silent. But even if you are silent, you have to draw lots. Joseph actually only planned to draw lots among SSS-level evolvers at first, but the chance of winning the lottery was too high, and the SSS-level evolvers were not happy. Soon the drawing of lots began, and everyone stared at the big screen in front of them nervously. Names were scrolling on the screen. This scrolling was random, and Joseph did not dare to cheat on it. Stop. Joseph suddenly said half a minute later. Instantly the screen stopped scrolling, and a name was displayed on it. It's me. A young man stood up. He was only in his 20s. Among the strong men present, his age was relatively young. But he had SS-level cultivation. "Eric, you can do it. Eric, God bless you." Everyone spoke up, and the young man Eric who stood up nodded and thanked. "Thank you everyone, I will definitely become an SSS-level evolver." Joseph said, "Eric, according to the agreement, if you become an SSS-level evolver, you will be their captain. Come on." Eric soon entered the laboratory. Joseph and his team have now accelerated the experiment. One person enters the laboratory every day, and if they fail, they will summarize their experience and lessons. With such sacrifices, the progress of studying SSS-level evolutionary fluid has indeed accelerated a lot, and the success rate of SSS-level evolutionary fluid has increased. 2 milliliters of intravenous injection. Heartbeat speeds up, auxiliary number 3 medicine 5 milliliters, quick. Another 2 milliliters of evolutionary fluid injection. Number 5 auxiliary medicine 10 milliliters. More than 10 people were busy in the laboratory. Any of them was at the professor level, and some even won the Nobel Prize. Half an hour later, Eric's heartbeat returned to 0. Everyone's expression became dejected. Eric persisted for a longer time, and they thought they were about to succeed, but they still failed. Electric shock, maximum current. Try a few more times. Evolvers are not ordinary people. We can't measure them by ordinary people's standards. He may still be saved. Professor Milo shouted. Once, twice, 3 times. When the 9th time, the machine showed a heartbeat, and Professor Milo and his team were extremely excited. The vital signs are stable. The energy index continues to rise. Outside, Joseph and his team got the news, and they were all very excited. They finally had an SSS-level evolver. With a successful precedent, their research on SSS-level evolutionary fluid will be accelerated, but it is still a long way to go to achieve the success rate of SS-level evolutionary fluid. Eric is an SS-level evolver, and ordinary people are far from his strength. The success rate and cost of SS-level evolutionary fluid, combined with the success rate and cost of SSS-level evolutionary fluid, is really terrible. Half an hour passed in a blink of an eye, and Eric walked out of the laboratory. "Eric, how do you feel?" Joseph asked hurriedly. "Good, very good. I feel as if my body is filled with endless power. 3 or 4 of my original selves should not be my current opponents," Eric said with a look of enjoyment. Purple lightning surged around his body. It turned out that Eric was not an evolver of the thunder attribute. The human body has many potentials, and the evolutionary fluid is like a key. What kind of potential room it opens depends on fate. Eric is obviously lucky. Not only did he survive, but he also awakened such a powerful ability as the thunder attribute. Alliance leader, how about I go to China and kill Xiao Fen directly? With my current strength, I might be able to do it, Eric said confidently. Joseph said quickly, "No, you are the only SSS-level evolver now, you must not act impulsively. And Xiao Fen must be a grandmaster, even if you are stronger than him, it is unlikely that you will kill him." Eric grinned and said, "Xiao Fen has a beautiful girlfriend, I can take her away, he will definitely not be able to escape." "Eric, you can do this in the future, but you can't act now, you still need to cooperate with the experiment," Joseph said in a deep voice. Eric nodded. Although he had the strength of SSS level, he did not dare to disobey Joseph's orders, and he would not disobey Joseph's orders. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 394, teleporting a submarine to another world in the other world, the northern border of the Dragon Empire. Your Majesty, Prince Tokugawa and his men have received our aid, but the Blood Cherry Empire still has warships going out. A strongman came to Shanghai and reported. How many warships did they dispatch? Shanghai said in a deep voice. They named the new fleet the Blood Cherry Fleet, dispatched half of them, 30 ships, and 20,000 soldiers. Shanghai's eyes flashed. It seems that their actions are still effective, otherwise the Blood Cherry Empire would definitely dispatch more than 20,000 people. If Prince Tokugawa and his men had not rebelled internally, it would be entirely possible for the Blood Cherry Empire to dispatch 100,000 people. The Blood Cherry Fleet has dozens of warships, and of course there are not so many normal soldiers, but it is no problem to bring 100,000 soldiers to the Dragon Empire. If they really bring 100,000 soldiers, they will cause a huge impact on the Dragon Empire if they land anywhere. Many small cities along the coast cannot withstand such a large-scale attack. Your Majesty, if they only dispatch 20,000 people, they may not plan to go ashore, and even if they go ashore, it will not be a big problem. Meng Yi said beside Xiao Hai. They have already made a lot of arrangements. If they encounter such a situation, the people along the coast will quickly flee to the inland areas. As long as they escape to any city, they will be safe. With only 20,000 people, they must leave a lot of ships to guard the city. There are less than 20,000 people who can be dispatched. They don't have the strength to attack the city. They are likely to want to block our ports and attack our merchant ships. Another strongman said. Xiao Hai nodded slightly. After suffering a great loss in Tianshan port, and with only 20,000 people dispatched, the Blood Cherry Empire certainly dare not attack large ports. But they can block the ports. A few powerful warships in each port are enough to block a powerful port, and the merchant ships of the Dragon Empire cannot leave the port. Although some strong men have space treasures, they are still a minority after all, and trade with other countries mainly depends on merchant ships. You continue to defend well and don't give the enemy a chance to take advantage of it. Xiao Hai said in a deep voice. Yes, Your Majesty. The strongman who came over left quickly. Xiao Hai waited silently. As long as the space channel can be opened again, Xiao Fan should open the space channel. In the eastern part of China, 2 submarines moved forward silently. The 2 submarines have been renovated and repaired. They are equipped with new torpedoes. Ordinary torpedoes are already very powerful, and they are equipped with torpedoes using CL-20 explosives, which are more powerful. Finally here. On the fishing boat, Xiao Fan showed a faint smile on his face. 2 submarines came over, and there were only a few people on them. If Xiao Hai is in place, these few people will also be transferred over. They have to teach Xiao Hai's people how to operate the submarine. Although Xiao Fan can make a video, if something like a submarine makes a mistake, it is likely to end up with the boat destroyed and people killed. You are 2 meters away from the seabed, enter the hovering state and stand by. Xiao Fan's voice sounded inside the 2 submarines. Both submarines slowly hovered. They are only a few dozen meters away from the spiritual cave on the seabed. I hope Grandpa has found the spiritual cave. Xiao Fan said in his heart. If the spiritual cave is not in the sea or underground, Xiao Hai and his team may be able to find it. If they don't find it, there is no way. Come out. Xiao Fan arrived in the sea, and a huge mirror appeared next to him. The length and width of this mirror reached 10 meters. The frame around the mirror is hollow, and the entire mirror can float in the water. Xiao Fan can easily control it to move. Buzz. Xiao Fan took out the mirror and opened the spiritual cave passage. In the other world, Xiao Hai and his friends have been waiting for a day or 2. The formation has been set up here, which can assist Xiao Hai in teleportation. Xiao Hai was enjoying lunch at this time. Not far from him, a circle of light suddenly appeared. It was very small at first, and soon expanded to more than 2 meters. Of course, the submarine cannot come out of the aperture, but Xiao Hai only needs to be nearby, and he still uses the Kongming mirror to transmit things. Xiao Hai estimated that the Kongming mirror is not an imperial weapon, it is likely to be a powerful holy weapon. My dear grandson. Xiao Hai immediately used the Kongming mirror. He soon saw Xiao Fan's figure, Xiao Fan in the sea. Grandpa, you really found a spirit cave over there. Xiao Fan's eyes showed joy. Xiao Hai grinned and said, we have been here for more than a day. This spirit cave is in the northern border. It is indeed necessary to take back the northern border. My dear grandson, please pass the things over quickly. The spirit cave channel can only be maintained for a limited time. Xiao Fan nodded. He commanded one of the submarines to move forward slowly. After approaching to 10 meters, Xiao Hai's power was enough to pull the submarine. The huge submarine slowly drilled into the mirror, which looked quite strange. However, Xiao Fan had transmitted things many times, and his expression was calm. About 2 minutes later, the first submarine passed over. There was no one in this submarine. Several crew members were finally transferred to the submarine next to it by Xiao Fan. If the submarine fails to transmit, There is no need to transmit people. Grandpa, is everything okay? Xiao Fan asked. Xiao Hai grinned and said, what's the problem? Everything is normal. Grandpa, I'll transfer 8 crew members to you. They are all excellent soldiers. You should train them well. I have discussed it with the higher-ups. They will return in a year. Xiao Fan said seriously. Xiao Hai's expression became solemn and he nodded. The factory that manufactures CL-20 explosives has not been transferred yet, and the relevant experts have not been transferred yet. This is the first time to transfer people. Before this, Xiao Fan transferred dogs and cows, and they were all normal. Come out. Xiao Fan asked a soldier in the submarine to come in front of the mirror. His mental power temporarily pushed away the surrounding seawater. Ha! Xiao Hai immediately took action, and the soldier's body quickly sank into the mirror. My dear grandson, it was a success. Keep going. Xiao Hai smiled half a minute later. Okay. Xiao Fan nodded, and it took 4 minutes for all 8 soldiers to be transferred. They are all versatile. They are familiar with all aspects of submarines. As long as the damage is not serious, they can repair it. Such talents are precious to the Navy, and they are willing to give Xiao Fan to the Navy because he is of great help to the Navy. Ha! Xiao Hai breathed a sigh of relief when the second submarine was also sent over. The tonnage of the 2 submarines is not large, so it is not difficult to send 2 submarines, but sending people over will cost Xiao Hai a lot. My dear grandson, submarines are still needed. Since there is an S-level spirit cave in the East China Sea, you can send a few more submarines over there. This thing is very useful. Xiao Hai smiled. Warships are easily discovered by strong people at sea, and submarines are advancing in the sea, so the probability of being discovered is greatly reduced, and the deterrent power is stronger. Yeah. Xiao Fan nodded. The spirit cave of the British Empire is on land, and it is not convenient for submarines to send through the water, so only 2 were ordered. I have added an order. Okay. Xiao Hai nodded happily. There are many strong people in the Shenlong Empire, and many of them are highly accomplished in formations. The 2 submarines will soon be able to exert their powerful combat power. The fleet of the Blood Sakura Empire will not be arrogant for long. My dear grandson, I still have a lot of energy left. I'll give you a space power bead. It's been a while since I gave you this thing. Xiao Hai said as he quickly passed a relatively large space power bead over. The space power bead soon reached Xiao Fan's body. My dear grandson, what else do you want? Xiao Hai asked. There is an S-level spirit cave here, so it is easier to pass things here. Grandpa, give me some more array beads. Xiao Fan said. This thing can be used in many places. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 395. The submarine soldier's shock. Xiao Hai nodded, and he passed on hundreds of array beads to Xiao Fan. My dear grandson, I will contact you in 5 days. Xiao Hai said, and then his figure disappeared. Xiao Fan returned to the sea. Jiang Wanchen looked at Xiao Fan nervously. Xiao Fan, are those soldiers okay? Director Jiang, don't worry, they are fine. When they return in a year, they will have at least acquired level cultivation. Xiao Fan smiled. Jiang Wanchen breathed a sigh of relief, then they made a profit. Their cultivation reached the acquired level, and their lifespan increased by at least 10 years. Did the submarine pass through successfully? Xiao Fan curled his lips. Director Jiang, if it hadn't been successful, why would I pass those 8 soldiers through? Jiang Wanchen. I'm too lazy to talk to you. I've spent 2 days on vacation and it's time to go back to work. Be careful yourself. The United States seems to be a little abnormal recently. Intelligence shows that the US SSS-level evolutionary fluid may have been successful. Xiao Fan said in surprise. Director Jiang, you collect intelligence. Can you collect it to the headquarters of the US Evolutionary Alliance? Of course not, they always contact the outside world. You can decipher their code words, but this is not 100% accurate. Soon Jiang Wanchen left by helicopter. Xiao Fan gave Yiya a brief explanation and they also left. Yiya has 2 tasks now, one is to protect this spirit cave, and the other is to patrol the waters around China. The 2 of them can take turns to protect or patrol. Zhong Wei, come and pick me up. Xiao Fan called Zhong Wei, who is now waiting in the Magic City. In the other world, Xiao Hai and his men returned to the capital of the gods at the fastest speed. There are a few places in the capital of the gods that do not suppress their strength. Come out. Xiao Hai asked 2 submarines to the outside of the space treasure. Everyone, act according to the plan immediately, set up a powerful attack and defense formation, and don't forget the water-breaking formation. Xiao Hai said in a deep voice. Yes. Many formation masters gathered here nodded. There were 4 top formation masters among them, and the rest were also very strong. How long do you think it will take? Xiao Hai asked. Your Majesty, we have practiced it several times. The fastest time is 3 days, and if it is slow, it should not exceed 5 days. One of the formation masters said. Xiao Hai nodded, try to get it done in 3 days. 1 more day of delay will increase the danger for our people along the coast. Yes, Your Majesty. Xiao Hai arrived in a magnificent palace. A jade bottle appeared in his hand, and the jade bottle was full of spiritual energy. The 8 submarine soldiers who crossed over were just ordinary people. After staying in the jade bottle for a while, they can adapt to the environment here. Come out. Xiao Hai asked the 8 submarine soldiers to go outside. How does it feel? Xiao Hai asked. The 8 submarine soldiers were breathing a little quickly, but they had barely adapted, and they would be able to adapt completely after staying for a while. You are, one of the submarine soldiers spoke up. He was trained as a submarine captain, and he had the highest rank among the 8 people who came over. Xiao Hai looked at them with nostalgia in his eyes. He took a deep breath and said, Xiao Hai, the former company commander of the Chinese Border Defense Force. I have another identity. I am Xiao Fan's grandfather. The 8 submarine soldiers looked at Xiao Hai in shock. Hello, old company commander. Soon the 8 submarine soldiers saluted in unison. Xiao Hai stood at attention instantly and returned the salute with a standard military salute. Old company commander, you just said you are Xiao Fan's grandfather, Wang Yang, the leading submarine soldier, said in astonishment. Xiao Hai smiled and said, you should know my grandson, right? In China, you call him Grandmaster Xiao. He has been in contact with me all the time. Oh, I have another identity. I am the Emperor of the Shenlong Empire here. You don't have to worry when you get here. The 8 submarine soldiers stared at Xiao Hai in a daze. Xiao Hai turned out to be Xiao Fan's grandfather, and his identity was actually the Emperor. Old company commander, no wonder Grandmaster Xiao is so confident in the transaction. Huang Yang came back to his senses and said. Ha ha. Xiao Hai laughed out loud, for his safety, this has been kept secret, and you don't want to reveal this relationship. Xiao Hai secretly added hypnosis. With his strength, Huang Yang and the others would never reveal it after he hypnotized them, even if others hypnotized them, they would not say it. Yes, old company commander. Huang Yang and the others nodded. They were actually a little nervous before they came here. What is the other world like? Will the people here be difficult to get along with? Now they are relieved. Xiao Hai is actually Xiao Fan's grandfather, and Xiao Hai used to be a soldier. Either of these 2 can make them trust him. We have a Blood Sakura Empire here, which is somewhat similar to the Dongyang Kingdom on Earth. Now their fleet is invading our coast. Your mission is to teach some of us how to drive submarines. Xiao Hai said seriously. Huang Yang said, Old Captain, what country are we in now? How did you become the emperor? How strong is the country? They were eager to know this information. Xiao Hai's eyes showed memories, 9 years. No, 10 years ago, I traveled here. I was originally a warrior, and when I came here, my strength soared and I became a general. The emperor was incompetent, so I simply rebelled. With the support of my grandson, I gradually became the emperor. The name of the country is now the Shenlong Empire. In terms of top powerhouses, the Shenlong Empire ranks first, and the army ranks first. The land area is 48 million square kilometers. Huang Yang and the others showed shock in their eyes. The area of the Shenlong Empire is much larger than that of China, reaching 5 times. Old Captain, since they are the most top warriors, why are they still attacked? Xiao Hai said, the Dragon Empire does not have a strong navy, which has led to the Dragon Empire's lack of external influence for a long time. The top warriors of some other countries combined are more than us, and this world has special rules of heaven and earth. Xiao Hai explained in detail to Huang Yang and the others. Do you still have any doubts? Xiao Hai asked. Huang Yang and the others shook their heads, and Huang Yang said solemnly, Old Captain, don't worry, we will definitely complete the task and teach them as soon as possible. Yes. Xiao Hai nodded. Huang Yang and the others were taken to the submarine. While the formation masters were setting up the formation, they took the others to familiarize themselves with various equipment. 3 days passed in a blink of an eye. With the efforts of dozens of formation masters, the submarine formation was completed. Their attack and defense all reached the level of martial emperors, and their speed in the water was much faster than ordinary submarines. Collect. Xiao Hai collected both submarines. Then Xiao Hai and some other masters took Huang Yang and the other trained submarine soldiers to the ocean. The sea was very calm, which was very suitable for testing. Come out. Xiao Hai released both submarines. Huang Yang and his team entered the 2 submarines. Huang Yang and his team of 8 were divided into 2 groups and stayed in the 2 submarines respectively. The 2 submarines quickly dived to a depth of several hundred meters. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 396, the first battle of the alien submarine. It's normal for the formation to withstand pressure. Keep diving. The submarine kept diving, and Huang Yang and the others were extremely shocked. They knew the performance of this submarine very well. The maximum diving depth of 0.35 was only 300 meters, and now it was already 700 to 800 meters deep. 1,000 meters, 1,500 meters, 2,000 meters. With the protection of a powerful defensive formation, it didn't take long for the submarine to reach 2,000 meters. They didn't dive any deeper, this side was only this deep. It would be great if China's submarines could go this deep. Once they drilled into the deep sea, the enemy's torpedoes would be helpless. Someone next to Huang Yang said expectantly. Huang Yang smiled and said, with the relationship between Master Xiao and the old company commander, as long as it can be transmitted back, China will definitely get such a submarine. Test the speed. Xiao Hai's voice rang in the submarine. He and the other strong men were nearby to take care of it. If there was an accident, they would ensure the safety of the personnel in the first place. Woo-woo dash, the 2 submarines began to accelerate. The water resistance was very large. The maximum underwater speed of 0.35 was only 18 knots, but now the speed of the 2 submarines gradually exceeded 50 knots. The water-breaking array can reduce resistance to a very low level, and there are other arrays that can use the power of water. The speed of the submarine is amazing. Old Captain, the submarine's maximum speed is 56 knots. Huang Yang reported after the test. Xiao Hai was not in the submarine, but he knew that Xiao Hai could hear it. Good, very good. Xiao Hai smiled. This speed is faster than the fastest warship in the Blood Cherry Fleet. The warships of the Blood Cherry Fleet are purely driven by arrays, and these 2 submarines also have powerful thrusters. Old Captain, we apply for a mission. We will go to the Blood Cherry Empire and destroy the fleet in the port of the Blood Cherry Empire. Huang Yang said in a deep voice. Xiao Hai's face changed slightly. Huang Yang, are you sure you want to carry out the mission at this time? It may be dangerous to go to the Blood Cherry Empire to carry out the mission. Old Captain, we are soldiers. Under the current situation, we may not be able to drive away the enemy fleet even if we show up, and once we show up, we can no longer launch a sneak attack. Huang Yang said in a deep voice. Xiao Hai thought that the submarine's initial surprise attack would achieve the best results, and the Blood Cherry Empire would be prepared if we showed up. Agree to execute. We will have a martial emperor-level strongman secretly following and protecting us. Xiao Hai said in a deep voice. Time passed by minute, and the 2 submarines headed for the direction of the Blood Cherry Empire. Their speed reached more than 50 knots, and they could arrive in 13 or 14 hours. On the Blood Cherry Empire side, half of the remaining ships of the Blood Cherry Fleet were parked in the port, and many people from the Blood Cherry Empire were learning on them. The Blood Cherry Fleet was purchased from the Vulture Empire. This fleet is more advanced, and learning can enable them to better control the warships. It is worth mentioning that there are relatively large cities near the port. Suppress the strength here. The fleet is parked in an area where the strength is not suppressed, and the formation has to be opened for a long time, which consumes too much energy. Normally, it is parked in the port. Mr. Sang Tian, why don't you send us out too? If our entire fleet goes out together, we can kill the land of the Dragon Empire. It would be so cool to rob their money and their women. Someone on the deck of a ship on the sea said. The Mr. Sang Tian he mentioned is called Sang Tian-ji, a martial emperor-level strongman, and also the deputy commander-in-chief of the Blood Cherry Fleet. It's all because of Prince Tokugawa's incident. Many of our Navy members were sent to deal with them. The Dragon Empire's move is very powerful. We are under great internal pressure. Kawada-chi said. The area where they were located did not suppress their strength. Kawada-chi scanned it with his spiritual sense and did not find anything abnormal. The sea was calm and everything within dozens of miles could be seen clearly. Okay, you keep an eye on it. I'm going to take a nap. Kawada-chi stood up. Kawada-kun, have a good rest. The man in front of Kawada-chi said with a smile. He sent 2 young girls, a pair of beautiful twins. 10 minutes later, the 2 submarines slowly passed at a depth of 200 meters, and they entered the port area silently. The strength began to be suppressed. We succeeded. Many people in the 2 submarines showed excitement. Normally, the strong men of Dongyang Kingdom would not check the seabed, and it was impossible to scan with spiritual sense at any time, but it was still possible to be discovered. If they were discovered, the possibility of completing the mission would be lower. The strength is completely suppressed. We have completely entered the hunting area. Someone said excitedly soon. Huang Yang picked up the intercom, 2 torpedoes ready, target the 2 largest warships on the left side of the port. Fire. Swish. Swish. The number 1 submarine fired 2 torpedoes, and soon the number 2 submarine also fired 2 torpedoes, targeting the largest warships. The distance was less than 2 kilometers, and the target was so large that it was difficult to miss. Boom. Boom. The 2 torpedoes fired by the number 1 submarine quickly hit the target. Instantly, a huge sound rang out, and 2 warships over 100 meters long were blown into 2 piles, with debris flying all over the sky. Torpedoes using CL-20 explosives are extremely effective even against steel warships, let alone wooden warships. The defensive formations in the port are useless, and the defense of these warships is very weak. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! Help! Many people in the Blood Sakura Empire screamed in fear, and many people fell into the water to ask for help. Even if they were parked in the port, there were many people in these warships. Boom. Boom. The torpedo fired by the 2nd submarine immediately hit the target. There were 2 more earth-shaking explosions, and 2 more huge warships in the port were blown up, with many casualties. Where are the enemies? Where are the enemies? Kawada-chi came to the bow in shorts. He looked at the direction of the port with great shock and anger, and thick black smoke rose from the direction of the port. Fire! Huang Yang and others continued to order the attack. The warships in the port were destroyed before they could move, and they themselves had nothing to do under the water 100 meters deep. The attack from the Blood Cherry Empire was no threat to them at all. Even a martial emperor-level warrior, with his strength suppressed, could not reach such a depth. Boom. Boom. Unknowingly, both submarines fired the usual 16 torpedoes, and all the warships in the port had been blown up by them. Retreat, retreat. Huang Yang issued an order. The 2 submarines retreated and left. When they left the port, the Blood Cherry Empire's warriors immediately discovered them. Inside the submarine, several martial emperor-level warriors from the Dragon Empire came out. They rushed directly to Sang Tianji and others. Not good. Sang Tianji and others' faces changed drastically. Without caring about others, Sang Tianji immediately fled to a safe area. Soon his strength was suppressed and his body fell from the air into the water. Puff. Puff. Meng Yi and others who came with him quickly took action, and some martial king and martial emperor-level figures of the Blood Cherry Empire were quickly killed by them. Inside the submarine, a warrior took out a torpedo from the space treasure, and both submarines quickly replenished the torpedoes. Fire. A torpedo was fired at Sang Tianji who fell into the water. Kawada-chi is a martial emperor-level warrior. In an area where his strength is not suppressed, even if the torpedo's power is increased tenfold, it will not threaten him. But now his strength is suppressed, and he can't even fly. Boom. The torpedo exploded immediately when it reached Kawada Chi. The huge power blew Kawada Chi into several pieces. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 397 huge loss. Kawada Chi and others died, and the two submarines left quickly, their figures quickly disappeared in the vast ocean. What happened? What's going on? In the port city of Shuiying country, many people looked towards the port. There was thick smoke over there, and they didn't know what happened. Gee. There were more than 10 Martial Emperor-level strongmen in this port city, most of whom came from other countries such as the Vulture Empire. After discovering the abnormality over there, they rode fast horses, strange beasts, etc. to leave the city and rush to the area where the strength was not suppressed. However, this city is not small, and the area where the strength is suppressed is more than 10 miles. It takes some time for them to rush out of the city. Swish. Swish. Arriving at the area where the strength is not suppressed, they quickly flew up, and soon they flew outside the port. Hiss. The situation in the port made them gasp. The entire military port was in a mess, and more than 30 warships were all destroyed. Many woods fell on the sea surface of the port. There were fires in many places, and there were many soldiers screaming and wailing in the sea. Quick, find the enemy. The enemy must not have left too far. The group of strong men kept searching, but now more than 20 minutes have passed, and the two submarines have already left 30 to 40 kilometers. I didn't find it over there. I didn't find it in the direction I was looking for. 10 minutes later, the group of strong men returned, and they all shook their heads. They have spiritual awareness, but the sea water has the effect of weakening spiritual awareness. On the shore, their spiritual awareness can extend very far, and in the sea it is weakened to only 1/10, making it difficult to find submarines. Where is Sang Tianji? A Martial Emperor-level strongman asked. A Martial King-level strongman next to him said in a hoarse voice, "My lord, Sang Tianjuan died, and your Vulture Empire may also have a Martial Emperor who died." Huh. The faces of the strong men of the surrounding Vulture Empire changed. "My lords, your Vulture Empire Lord Solomon is on the Taiha, and the Taiha is the first warship to be destroyed. We are now in an emergency search and rescue, and we haven't found Lord Solomon yet." The Blood Cherry Empire strongman who reported was trembling with fear, and the faces of the strong men of the Vulture Empire were very ugly, looking quite scary. Damn it. Solomon is the same. This fleet has been sold to the Blood Cherry Empire. Why is he going on the ship for nothing? A strongman from the Vulture Empire said with a dark face. Emperor Solomon Wu was a general. He was the captain of the former Liuguang fleet, which is now the Blood Cherry fleet. The fleet was sold suddenly, and Solomon was still reluctant to leave. Are some of Solomon's men also on it? Another Emperor Wu of the Vulture Empire asked. Yes, sir. The weather is good today. They are gathering on the Taiha. There are dozens of people, including 7 or 8 Martial Emperor-level strongmen. Hearing the Martial Emperor of the Blood Cherry Empire say this, everyone in the Vulture Empire wanted to die. When can't they gather? The Martial Emperors with Solomon were most likely the captains of the warships of the former Liuguang fleet. They were also big men. The death of these people was a heavy blow to the Vulture Empire. With the strength of the Vulture Empire, it won't take too long to build a new fleet, but it is difficult to cultivate strong people. What are you still standing there for? Search and rescue immediately. A Martial Emperor-level expert from the Vulture Empire roared. Among these experts, he had the highest status. The loss was so huge that he couldn't explain it when he returned to the Vulture Empire. Time passed by, and the casualties were gradually cleared. A total of 4,000 to 5,000 people died in the Blood Cherry Empire. Solomon and his men were confirmed dead, and Solomon's body was blown in two. How could this happen? Blood Cherry Fleet, whoa. At the port, many people from the Blood Cherry Empire cried and held their heads. One huge warship after another carried their dream of a great power. Now that these warships were broken, they seemed to see the dream of a great power shattered. Along the coast of the Dragon Empire, near Tianzhou port, several warships of the Blood Cherry Empire are here. They have blocked Tianzhou port. There are many merchant ships in the port, and many merchants are very anxious. Some goods cannot be stored for too long. Even if they can be stored, they have basically signed contracts with others. If they are late, they will breach the contract, and the compensation is not a small amount. Can't we, the Emperor-level warriors of the Dragon Empire, rush up to kill them? How can it be that easy? If the Emperor-level warriors take action, some enemies may be shocked to death, and the Emperor-level warriors will be wiped out by the Heavenly Tao. It's not worth it for the Blood Cherry Empire to lose dozens of ordinary soldiers and our Emperor-level warriors. Many people in the port were talking about it. The Dragon Empire did have Emperor-level warriors, but it was really difficult to attack. They bombarded the enemy's warships, and the defense formation of the warships might not be broken before some people from the Blood Cherry Empire were shocked to death. The Blood Cherry Empire would do such a thing as using the lives of dozens of ordinary soldiers to exchange the lives of their Emperor-level warriors. In this respect, submarines are worse than warships. There are only 40 or 50 crew members in a submarine, and they are technical talents, which are more precious than ordinary Navy soldiers. It's a pity that our country does not have a strong Navy. It's all the problem of the previous dynasty. The previous dynasty has never paid attention to the Navy, which has led to our Navy being inferior to that of the Blood Cherry Empire. I don't know when our Navy can develop. Many people in the Dragon Empire were helpless. A few warships of the Blood Cherry Empire could block their port. This was heartbreaking, but they were powerless. Even if they rushed over in a small boat, they would only be mercilessly shot. Their counterattack could not break the opponent's defense. Swoosh! A strongman from the Blood Cherry Empire flew to a small town near Tianzhou port. His expression was extremely complicated. The warships of the Blood Cherry Empire were there, but he did not dare to get close, fearing that there were strong men from the Dragon Empire waiting in the dark. Warriors of the Blood Cherry Empire, please pay attention. The despicable Dragon Empire people have attacked our local fleet. Half of the remaining warships of the Blood Cherry fleet have been destroyed. You should pay attention to your safety. The Empire is waiting for your triumphant return. The strongman of the Blood Cherry Empire shouted on the street. He had to spread the news to let the people of their Blood Cherry Empire know, otherwise their warships might also be attacked. The Blood Cherry fleet was not given by the Vulture Empire for free. Half of it had been lost, and the other half must not have any more accidents. What? The Blood Cherry Empire was defeated on its home ground. Do we have such a fleet? Who is talking nonsense? Many people on the street looked in the direction of the voice, but they did not see anyone. The strongman from the Blood Cherry Empire had left. The news spread quickly from here. It didn't take long for the news to reach Tianzhou port. Many people's first reaction was disbelief. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 398 submarines versus warships. But within a quarter of an hour, many people at the dock saw the warships of the Blood Cherry Empire start to move, and soon the warships disappeared. Don't be fooled, the Blood Cherry Empire must be deliberately luring us. I think so too. Lure our merchant ships out first, and then attack us. Many people at the port still didn't believe that the Shenlong Empire's navy had reached the Blood Cherry Empire's homeland, which was a bit of a fantasy. They still believed that their strong men had brought people to the Blood Cherry Empire and destroyed several warships of the Blood Cherry Empire by bombardment. Swish! A Shenlong Empire Marshal Emperor-level strongman arrived near Tianzhou port. He rode on a horse from the post station outside the city and entered the city at the fastest speed. Everyone pay attention, our Shenlong Empire did win a great victory in the Blood Cherry Empire's homeland, destroying 31 large warships. The Shenlong Empire strongman who rode forward on horseback shouted loudly. Long live. Your Majesty is mighty, the Shenlong Empire is mighty. Hearing the words of this strongman, many people from the Shenlong Empire shouted excitedly, and some of them had already recognized this strongman. Damn it, what's going on? Where did the fleet of the Dragon Empire come from to attack our homeland? Did other countries sell warships to the Dragon Empire? On the warships that left Tianzhou port, the people of the Blood Cherry Empire were a little bit unbelievable, but the information would not be false. They have a way to distinguish the truth from the false. Everyone be alert, the warships from other places should gather towards us, and then we will decide what to do. A strongman on one of the warships spoke up. His name is Yamaguchi Uenya, the commander-in-chief of the expeditionary fleet, with the cultivation of the Emperor of Martial Arts. Yes. The strong men on the other warships responded. After a few hours, the other ships of the Blood Cherry Empire got the news, and they all gathered here at Yamaguchi Uenya. 30 large warships gathered, with great momentum. Several of these warships can burst out the Emperor of Martial Arts level attacks, and the rest can basically burst out the Emperor of Martial Arts level attacks. Does any one of you have a complete confirmation of the news? What happened? Yamaguchi Uenya said in a deep voice. Some strong men on the other warships came to his flagship. Lord Yamaguchi, I have a Vulture Empire Martial Emperor level strongman coming over. Our port has encountered a very strange attack. Preliminary judgment, it should be a submarine of the Dragon Empire. One of the strong men spoke up. Yamaguchi Uenya and his men knew that there were submarines on the Earth, but they never expected that submarines could actually come over. Damn it. Yamaguchi Uenya cursed. They can only get small mortars now, and only 1 or 2 at a time, which is completely incomparable to the huge submarines. What are the specific losses? Are all our warships in the port really damaged? Yamaguchi Uenya asked. Yes, sir, all 31 warships were destroyed, and more than 10,000 people including Kawada died, and Vulture Empire Martial Emperor Solomon and others also died. Yamaguchi Uenya took a breath of cold air. My goodness, this loss is too terrible. Lord Yamaguchi, the Vulture Empire's strongman means that we continue to carry out the mission, so that they will continue to provide assistance. Yamaguchi Uenya walked back and forth. He felt that it would be risky to continue the action, but if he didn't act, the Vulture Empire would no longer support them, and they would definitely lose. Everyone, for the Blood Sakura Empire. Yamaguchi Uenya swept his eyes over the strong men present. For the Empire. The other strong men shouted in unison. They returned to their warships one after another. The fleets that had gathered dispersed and headed for ports one by one. It was safe to gather together, but only blockade one port. Maybe if they dispersed, the submarines of the Dragon Empire would not be able to do anything to them, and in this way, their goal could be achieved. The longer the blockade lasted, the greater the loss of the Dragon Empire. Son of a bitch, why are they coming again? Is the news wrong? On the Tianzhou port side, a large number of ships have not yet taken action. Many people in the port saw that Yamaguchi Uenya and his 5 warships had come again. They have dispersed again. They don't take us seriously. Xiao Hai sneered. He was now inside one of the submarines. Huang Yang was next to him. Old company commander, I have a way. Our strong men will take action to resist their attacks, and then our 2 submarines will surface and pick up one of their warships and move forward. Our submarines are more powerful than their largest warships. Huang Yang said. Xiao Hai's eyes flashed with brilliance. Huang Yang's method was not low in feasibility. The strong men on their side could not directly attack the enemy's warships, but they could resist the attacks, and their submarines could move. Just do as you say. Xiao Hai said in a deep voice. The 2 submarines approached quickly, and more than a dozen Shenlong Empire woody nearby protected them. Everyone get ready, the Shenlong Empire's submarine is coming. They really got a submarine, and it's so big. Yamaguchi Uenya looked ugly. Boom. The flagship where Yamaguchi Uenya was immediately attacked, and a huge waterspout formed under the water, which attacked the submarine. The power of this attack reached the level of the Martial Emperor. If the submarine did not have a strong defense, it would be torn apart by the waterspout in an instant. Humph, do you think we are just decorations? The 3 Martial Emperor-level masters of the Dragon Empire immediately took action. Boom. Boom. The other warships also launched powerful attacks, but with more than a dozen Martial Emperors watching them, their attacks could not do anything to the 2 submarines. Even if there were aftermath attacks, it would be fine. The submarines were equipped with a powerful defense formation and could withstand the Martial Emperor-level attacks. Surface up. Hold steady. A little further to the left. The 2 submarines gradually floated up from the bottom of the sea. Above them was the flagship where Yamaguchi Uenya was. Yamaguchi Uenya sensed the risk. Move forward quickly. The rest of the warships also evade. Yamaguchi Yuanya ordered. The speed of their flagship immediately began to increase, but the speed of the two submarines under the water also increased, and they followed closely. Faster, faster. Yamaguchi Yuanya said sternly, with panic in his eyes. He found that the two submarines were getting closer and closer. 30 meters, 20 meters, 10 meters. Bang, bang. Two collision sounds rang out, and the two submarines hit the bottom of their warships, one on the left and one on the right, and their warships floated up a lot. Some water control arrays arranged on their warships failed. The speed of the warships was reduced. The water control arrays need to touch the water to work. No, no. Yamaguchi Yuanya was completely panicked, and the two submarines headed for Tianzhou port. The strength in Tianzhou port would be suppressed. My lord, what should we do? Some people around Yamaguchi Yuanya looked at him anxiously. The two submarines were very fast, and their warships would be brought to the port in just a few minutes, and they would definitely be finished by then. Wish you good luck. Yamaguchi Yuanya gritted his teeth and left in an instant. He had the cultivation of the martial emperor level and felt that he could still escape. Using the blood escape technique, his speed could reach the peak level of the martial emperor. Want to run? Xiao Hai snorted. He was here, and Yamaguchi Yuanya wanted to escape. My life is over. When he found Xiao Hai chasing him, Yamaguchi Yuanya was scared. He wanted to curse. Xiao Hai is the emperor, why is he running around? If he met anyone else in the Shenlong Empire, he felt that he had a chance to escape, but if he met Xiao Hai, there was no way. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 399, a submarine appears in another world. Swoosh. Xiao Hai quickly approached Shanku Yuanya. Dragon roars for 9 days. Xiao Hai used his ultimate move, and a lot of dragon energy suddenly surged around him, forming a dragon that was 30 or 40 meters long. The dragon's scales were clear and lifelike. Roar. The dragon roared and rushed towards Shanku Yuanya. Bang. Shanku Yuanya defended desperately, but his defense was soon broken. He was very fast in the blood escape state, but his defense was reduced. Crack. Puff. The defense was broken, and the dragon hit his chest. Many bones in his chest were broken, and he was knocked away with blood spurting out of his mouth. Roar. The dragon still had strength left after the attack. It continued to roar and rush towards Shanku Yuanya, and Shanku Yuanya was hit again. Your Majesty, let's come. The other 3 martial emperor-level strongmen of the Dragon Empire approached, and they quickly surrounded Shanku Yuanya, leaving him with no way to escape. Xiao Hai looked at the port. The 2 floating submarines have brought the warship to the vicinity of the port. The strength of the people of the Blood Cherry Empire on the warship was suppressed. On the shore of the port, many mortars were ready to attack. In a short time, these mortars could blow the warship into pieces. The people of the Blood Cherry Empire on the warship looked extremely ugly. Not only was their strength suppressed, but their warship also lost power. The warships sold by the Vulture Empire can only rely on sails or manpower in the area of suppressed strength. They have no engines. Set fire, we can't leave this warship to them. That's right. Some people from the Blood Cherry Empire on the warship shouted. The hatch of one of the submarines opened. Listen, people of the Blood Cherry Empire, if you destroy this warship, you will resist to the end, and everyone will die. Surrender obediently, you may still live. Think about your family, they are still waiting for you to go home. A person from the Dragon Empire who climbed up shouted. Quick, stop them. I still want to live, I want to go home. Most of the people of the Blood Cherry Empire on the warship were not so fearless, and they quickly arrested some radical elements. Xiao Hai watched from afar, with a faint smile on his face. This warship is the flagship, with a displacement of several hundred tons. Such a warship can greatly enhance the navy of the Dragon Empire. They didn't escape far, we can still deal with one. The 2 submarines dived quickly. Their speed was faster than the warships of the Blood Cherry Empire. Half an hour later, they caught up with one of them. The displacement of this warship is also close to 2,000 tons. Bang, bang. The 2 submarines used the same trick to float to the surface and stick to it. If it were on the Earth, It would be very dangerous to do this. The collision might knock a hole in the submarine, but it's okay here. The submarine has a powerful defense formation. Not to mention such a collision, even if it is bombarded with a small tactical nuclear bomb, there will be no problem. Damn, part of the water control talisman has failed, and our power has weakened. They will take us to Tianzhou port. Many people from the Blood Cherry Empire on the warship shouted in panic. In the nearby sky, a martial emperor-level warrior from the Dragon Empire said in a deep voice, "Everyone, if you cooperate obediently, you may still survive. Long live the Blood Sakura Empire." A martial king-level warrior on the warship blasted the ground deck with all his strength. Normally, with the strength of a martial king-level warrior, a few meters thick steel plate can be blasted open, but the deck in this battle is no match for him. The warship's defense formation can not only withstand attacks from the outside, but also withstand deliberate sabotage from the inside. The martial emperor of the Dragon Empire saw this scene. He said in a deep voice, "If you die here, your parents will have no one to support them, and your women may be taken over by your enemies. Your children may also be abused." Many people on the Blood Cherry Empire warship changed their faces. These words were heartbreaking. Capture him. He wants to kill all of us. There was a civil strife in the warship, and more people who were ready to sabotage were captured. After all, fanatical radicals were still a minority. The vast majority of people were just instigated. When faced with a life-and-death decision, they still wanted to survive. Turn around and head to Tianzhou port. Don't think about escaping, you can't escape. The strongman of the Dragon Empire said in a deep voice. The warship quickly turned around and headed for Tianzhou port. 2 submarines followed nearby, and they did not give the enemy any hope of escape. More than half an hour later, the warship entered Tianzhou port. How could this happen? Our warship was actually captured. There were spies from the Blood Cherry Empire in Tianzhou port. They were as if their parents had died. In this case, it is very likely that the previous news is also true, and the Blood Cherry Empire's territory should have suffered a heavy blow. Long live. In Tianzhou port, a large number of people from the Dragon Empire cheered. The navy of the Dragon Empire is weak, which is a pain in their heart. Now they are so happy to see the navy win the battle. For a port city like Tianzhou port, it is trade that makes it prosperous. The strength of the navy is closely related to the people here. Huang Yang, you did a good job. Xiao Hai gathered Huang Yang and others and praised them. Huang Yang said, "Old company commander, the credit belongs to everyone. The achievement is related to their fast learning speed." Huang Yang and others were quite surprised. The people in the other world seemed to be much smarter. They could learn many things as soon as they were taught. Xiao Hai smiled and said, "They basically have the cultivation level of martial arts masters, which is equivalent to the master level on the earth. Strong strength and strong mental power will make you learn things quickly. Your strength will also improve. Don't worry about this." Huang Yang and others came from the earth and made great contributions. Xiao Hai would never treat them unfairly. "Thank you, old company commander." Huang Yang and others said in unison. Xiao Hai said, "Huang Yang, you guys should stay in Tianzhou port from now on. I will arrange people to help you strengthen your strength." "Okay." Huang Yang nodded. Blood Sakura Empire, Changjing Island, the space channel is activated. The 8-headed emperor is here, and his face is very ugly. 7 hours ago, he received news from the port that their port was attacked and 31 warships were destroyed. Half an hour ago, he received news that something happened in the Shenlong Empire and 2 of their warships were captured. Among them was the flagship. "Your Majesty, I'm going over." Jing Mu said respectfully. "Yes." The 8-headed emperor nodded, and Jing Mu quickly passed through the space channel, and his figure appeared on the side of the British Empire. "Mr. Jing Mu, we still don't know how to send more things over. I wonder if there is any progress on your side?" General Stoke of the British Empire asked. Jing Mu said gloomily, "We have not made any progress yet. It may be difficult to figure it out here. You have to hurry up." General Stalker frowned and said, "Mr. Jing Mu, has something happened?" Jing Mu took a deep breath and said, "A Chinese submarine appeared on our side. It should be sent by Xiao Fan." General Stocker's eyes widened. There are submarines in the other world. Midline horizontal ellipsis chapter 400, the Empress's identity may be revealed. Xiao Fan can transmit a lot of things to the other world. General Stocker knew that he could transmit submarines, which still surprised him. How big is the submarine? General Stocker asked. If it is a very small submarine, it is better. Jing Mu said in a deep voice, the length of the submarine is 70 to 80 meters, and the width is 7 to 8 meters. Stocker knew the situation in China very well. He hurriedly said, that should be China's Type 035 conventional submarine. The underwater displacement is about 2,000 tons. Jing Mu said, we found at least 2. After the formation is arranged, they have strong capabilities in all aspects. If you can't hurry up to deal with Xiao Fan, or learn from Xiao Fan how to transmit a large amount of things, the consequences will be serious. We may lose here. Stocker's face changed. Didn't you say that you are very strong? Why do you say that you may lose now? Jing Mu's face was gloomy. At the beginning, of course they wanted to hide something. Now Prince Tokugawa's strength is growing rapidly. Their navy was defeated and the army was also retreating. Prince Tokugawa and his men are almost coming to the Lingxue. There is no point in hiding this situation. If they tell General Stocker and his men, they might be able to give him some surprises. To tell you the truth, although our blood Sakura Empire is strong, our enemies are equally strong. They sent armor, mortars and other things to support a prince in our country to rebel. We are under great pressure. Jing Mu said. He did not say some very specific things. He was worried that if he told the specific situation of the Dragon Empire, Stocker and his men would not dare to cooperate again. The Dragon Empire was much stronger than them. Mr. Jing Mu's Xiao Fan is strong. It is not easy to get relevant information from him. We sent people to act and lost contact. It is very likely that our people were captured alive by him. General Stocker said in a deep voice. Jing Mu said, General Stocker, if your own strength is not enough, you should find a way to cooperate with other countries. Or you can pass the tactical nuclear bomb to us. The tactical nuclear bomb is not big and it is entirely possible to pass it over, but whether the tactical nuclear bomb can be used after it is passed is a problem. Mr. Jing Mu's, it is not up to me to decide whether to give you tactical nuclear bombs, and China also has such things. We send one, Xiao Fan may send dozens. General Stocker frowned. Jing Mu's. That's true. They dare to use a tactical nuclear bomb on the Shenlong Empire. Maybe Xiao Fan will give all the strategic-level nuclear bombs to the Shenlong Empire. They can't send strategic-level nuclear bombs here, but Xiao Fan can. General Stocker, no matter what, you have to do everything you can to deal with Xiao Fan, or get the relevant secrets. Otherwise Xiao Fan and China will become stronger and stronger. What will you do then? Jing Mu said in a deep voice, I won't go back this time, and our blood Sakura Empire will send you something this time. At this moment, the space channel fluctuated. An owl-like creature was sent over. It flew to Jing Mu's shoulder. Jing Mu's came over, and with the spirit eagle coming over, the space channel quickly disappeared. Stocker looked at the spirit eagle on Jing Mu's shoulder. Is this an SSS-level monster? Jing Mu shook his head. No, the space channel is not yet supported, and its strength is only SS level. Stock said, Mr. Jing Mu's, can you adapt to the Earth's environment now? Jing Mu's took a deep breath. I have been here several times, and I can barely adapt to the environment here. It should be no problem to stay for 10 days or 8 days. General Stock, please prepare a quiet room for me. I need to practice quietly, so I will be more comfortable. General Stock nodded, and soon he settled Jing Mu's. This spirit eagle can help you. It has excellent hearing and vision, and it has a certain IQ. Our Majesty has taught it, and it can understand simple Chinese. Mitsui-zai handed the spirit eagle to General Stock. That's great. General Stock's eyes lit up. With extremely strong vision and hearing, this spirit eagle can become a top spy. Hurry up. If we lose, it will not be good for your British Empire. Close the door. Mitsui-zai closed his eyes after saying that. General Stock left with the Spirit Eagle. About 10 hours later, the Spirit Eagle was brought to China by the British Empire. It took some time for the spirit eagle to be brought to City Z. It's difficult to find out Xiao Fan's secrets from Xiao Fan's side. It's better to start with Xiao Fan's girlfriend Su Yue. The British Empire spy who brought the spirit eagle thought to himself. He rented a house in the community next to the Zijing community. If he rented directly in the Zijing community, he would be worried about being exposed. With the hearing of the spirit eagle, as long as there is no formation in the house, it can hear Su Yue's voice from 1 or 2 kilometers away. Yue, I have also started practicing Yin Wangju. You are a great master, can you give me some pointers? Lu Shuiyan said with a sweet smile, and she and Su Yue went to Zijing community together. Su Yue was holding Xiao Xue in her arms. Xiao Xue has the strength of a master, and Su Yue herself has a high-level blood escape ability. It is enough for Xiao Xue to protect her now. The girl on the left is the target. If you find something unusual, just shout and remind them. The spy in the room pointed to Su Yue and the others. The spirit eagle nodded to show that he understood. Shuiyan, I don't know much about Yin Wangju either. Brother Fan and Yifei haven't gathered for a while. Let's get together. Let Brother Fan talk to you then. Su Yue smiled. Lu Shuiyan said with emotion, I didn't expect Xiao Fan to become the world-famous Grandmaster Xiao now. I feel ashamed in front of him. Su Yue smiled and said, You are all excellent, what is there to be ashamed of? Yue, what is your current cultivation level? Lu Shuiyan asked. She only recently found out that Xiao Fan was actually the Grandmaster Xiao. She was shocked at the time. Middle stage of the innate. Su Yue did not hide it. There was no need to hide it. Lu Shuiyan looked at Su Yue in surprise. Su Yue had already reached the innate level without saying anything. Yifei did not have such strength. Shuiyan, I didn't hide it from you on purpose. It was not convenient to say it before. It's okay. Lu Shuiyan shook her head, I know you are very powerful now, but I didn't expect you to have reached the innate level. You can do it in the future. The two talked and laughed as they moved forward. Su Yue was still using the computer in her bag secretly. Coo, coo. The spirit eagle called out. It heard the sound of Su Yue using the computer. What's going on? The men next to the spirit eagle asked in confusion. Coo. The spirit eagle flew to a bag in the room. Is there something wrong with this bag? No, is there something wrong with Su Yue's bag? The men asked. Ling Ying nodded. The men said, Is it the bag that looks wrong, or the sound? Nod once for the former, and twice for the latter. Ling Ying thought for a while and nodded twice. The man's eyes flashed. There was a network expert beside Xiao Fan. They had suspected Su Yue before, but later they cleared their suspicions. Now it seems that Su Yue is very likely to be the Empress. Well done, the men praised Ling Ying. They had just come here, and they had such a harvest. Midline horizontal ellipsis.